Welcome to Football Roundup with your host, Randy Silver. I'm Randy Silver TV. What a weekend of soccer. Thrilling games across the board, across the whole world. We have your whole weekend recap for August 27th for you. So much to go over. Let's dive into it. The countries we cover are here, and then the topics. So we give you a comprehensive review of everything so you're prepared, and we go into future working for midweek games as well. We have to start with Women's World Cup. Obviously, it's over. It's been a week, but the controversy from the kiss heard around the world is still going on, and rightfully so. It should be. This is absolutely disgusting that this has happened, and there's no accountability by the head FA chief of Spain. So what is the most recent update since we did the recap midweek? The Spain coach was allegedly going to resign on Friday in a FA meeting. Instead, he did the opposite and said, I will not resign. I will not resign. I will not resign. I will not resign. Kept repeating it again and again and again. So this angered pretty much the whole world. So again, what happened after the World Cup when they had won the game, they're getting the medals, the coach went in, maybe kisses people on the cheeks. No, he went in, kiss on the lips on the player Hermosa. So you can see it right here on your right. FIFA suspended Luis Rubiales for 90 days because of the kiss. This is basically like a restraining order. He's not allowed to talk to the Spanish player, especially the one here, Hermosa, because of what happened. He's not anybody in the FA as well. They need to keep their hands off, so that way they make sure there's no tampering with the case whatsoever. But technically, he could come back in 90 days. On Monday, because there's still so much outcry, so when you're watching this probably, the Spanish Federation is going to hold an urgent meeting over the kiss scandal and see what they can do more, because one Friday did not go as planned. Rubiales said he will use FIFA probe to prove innocent, that it was consensual, while she's saying it was not. The government minister of sport for Spain says he should not lead Spanish anymore. He needs to resign Spanish soccer. The players of Spain all said that they're not going to play anymore as well. About 12 people on the coaching staff all resigned, so they won't be a part of the team as well. So the whole Spanish women's team is crumbling because of this. If this guy were to go, we would be able to be done with the issue, but he's not leaving. So this is just pretty sad. As I said, the Spanish coaching staff is gone. The players said they're not going to play. A couple of male players from the Spanish men's team said they're not going to play until he's gone. So pretty much he needs to go. I hope that they come to this conclusion on Monday and they make him resign. So again, just here, showing some documents, articles for you. Spain's women's players say they won't play until Luis Rubiales resigns. Here's a statement from Hermosa saying, simply put, I was not respected. She said, I'm a victim. This was sexist. I did not consent to it. This is the picture we should remember, them holding the trophy, celebrating the victory of the World Cup, their first World Cup ever for Spanish women's soccer. However, we're not talking about it in the performance, which is really injustice to them. So hopefully we have good news in the midweek update that he will be resigning. So now let's dive into the match updates for the weekend. Let's stay in Spain. Here is your table for La Liga. Real Madrid's in first, Genoa in second, Barcelona in third, and Real Volcano is in fourth. Your bottom three is at the end is Sevilla, which is wild because they were not doing well to start last season. Got a new coach, and they were able to get out of the bottom three. And you know they had that epic game Europa League. They had the epic game in the against Man City earlier in the season. So in the Super Cup. So they just got to figure out La Liga. Maybe it's the pressure. Maybe they don't feel pressure, but wild to see them down there. Good for Real Madrid and Barcelona to be on top. Real Madrid's at the top because of the goal differential with a +5. Here are the scores from over the weekend. To make note, it seems like Athletic Madrid plays always on Mondays. You get this limelight, less games there. We'll dive into a couple games for you. Barca won a bonkers game against Villarreal 4-3. You can see that Barca went up 1-0 by Gavi. Villarreal got 2 goals to make it 2-1. Sorry, Barca went up 2-0, Gavi and De Jong. And then by halftime, it was tied 2-2. Villarreal got a goal in the 50th minute against a run of play to make it 3-2. And then Torres, 68th minute, 3-3. Lewandowski gets his first goal of the season, makes it 4-3. Bonkers game. Uh, Chavi Ball is supposed to be not giving up goals. Last season, they had the best defense, giving and most clean sheets, and this was not the game, but a very good game. For Madrid, what would they do without Bellingham? He is ringing the bell, and he's out to play. He's taken the spot pretty much as a striker, and he was more of a central midfielder. He got another goal for Madrid, header goal, right place, right time. They need the striker. The transfer deadline, September 1st. We'll see if they go get someone, but they're sorely missing right now not having Benzema. But hey, they're making up for it. One thing to know as well is Vinicius got hurt in this game. Looks like he pulled a hammy. He may be out until after international break. We'll see. They tried to keep him on the field, which I don't know if I agree with. And after a couple minutes, they finally pulled him off the field. Madrid is just full of injuries. This is the whole team with injuries. Add Vinicius to there. Look at that early 2024, late 2024. They're basically not playing all season. Hopefully Mendy and Grillo can come back and be helpful for them. Top scorer in La Liga is Jude Bellingham. Surprise, surprise, the money man coming from attacking mid. You probably wouldn't expect it, but there he is. Here are your assist men. When someone's in first alone, we'll just show you the three, so that way, because we're going to show you that. But when there's a bunch of people tied, we're going to show you everyone who's tied for first. So a good amount of tied for two. And then goals plus assists, Bellingham has the lead with 5. Next closest is 3. Here are your transfers that have happened the past couple days. The big one is Kieran Tierney from Arsenal to Real Sociedad. He was a starter for Arsenal for quite a while. The past 2-3 seasons, they brought in people. He felt the pecking order. He'll be a good signing for Real Sociedad. He'll play a lot. His former teammate Arsenal, current captain Arsenal, Odegaard, was at Sociedad, and he did really well. So I think Tierney will do well, enjoy Spain, and get a lot of playing time there, where he would have been on the bench against most of the EPL. Speaking of EPL, England. Here's your table. City is in the top by goal differential. Second is West Ham United, who had a great game, big win against Brighton earlier on the weekend. Tottenham in third, and Liverpool fourth. Arsenal fifth. Your bottom three, Burnley, Luton Town, who both were promoted up, and Everton, who don't have a win, -6 goal differential. Ouch, they haven't even scored yet. Only team not to score in EPL. Not good to start. They barely made it out of relegation the past 2 seasons. This season does not look good for them. They're already starting extremely poor. One thing to note news-wise, while Aston Villa's bus was leaving Burnley, they had their team bus, a stone was thrown at the bus. Not okay. Yeah, this is crossing the line, of course. Luckily, no players were luckily no players were hurt. They were all okay. The bus was just damaged. I'm sure they'll find this culprit and arrest this person. Here are some statements about what exactly happened. The person basically threw the brick on the motorcade when they were leaving the stadium. Here are your results from this match day. Some big ones. Chelsea over Luton Town, who will play their first game in the EPL at their stadium this upcoming weekend. Tottenham with a 2-0 win. Arsenal 2-2 went up. Then they went down to Fulham and came back. And Fulham came back, so good for them. And then today on Sunday, Liverpool, crazy game. Went down 1-0. Van Dijk got a red card, and they were able to come back by Darwin Diaz to be able to win. Chelsea 3-0. Sterling got 2 goals. Good to see him trying to get back to form after a tough last season. Obviously, they've spent like $1 billion at Chelsea. They should be leaving town with the amount of talent they have and the players they have. Tottenham, 2-0 win, and their coach Ange, new coach, they look thrilling, exciting. They're not just sitting back, they're really pressing forward. So there's some good momentum happening here. One person who has not scored yet is Son. So once he gets going, it will be big. Maddison got his first goal in the Tottenham jersey. Arsenal Fulham. Fulham scored in the first minute. It was a bad back pass by Arsenal, and they were able to put it away very easy. And then Arsenal went up 2-1. And then Fulham came back 87th minute. These are London derby, meaning that they're London rivals. It was a very fun, competitive game. Man U went down 2-0 under 5 minutes. Nottingham Forest clawed back to win 3-2. Both goals were pretty much errors by Man U. If you're playing a top 6 team, you can't gift 2 goals and be able to come back. The lucky Nottingham Forest is projected to be the bottom 10 of the league this season. However, it looked like Nottingham Forest was hopefully going to hold it in the second half. Man U really put pedal to the metal, and they were able to take the victory here. Got the penalty to put them above. But Man U need to play better. They can't do this, and they're still making the same silly mistakes. West Ham beat Brighton 3-1. This was a very good game. Bowen's goal was out of this world. His touch, left-footed shot was perfect. Antonio had a great shot for his goal. West Ham looks good to start the season. They won the Europa Conference League last season. Now they're in Europa League this season, so they're going to be on 2 different fronts again. We'll see how they do with both. City without Pep, as Pep got minor surgeries out until the international break. Win 2-1. Holland had multiple chances. He missed a PK in this game. They were able to overcome it. It looked bleak. Sheffield United tied the game in the 85th minute. It looked like it was going to be a tie. And Rodri, 88th minute, rocket shot, goal, unstoppable to win the game for City. And then lastly, as we talked about, Liverpool came in and won. Darwin Nunez, 2-1. He came in off the bench, scored 2 goals, 81st minute, 93rd minute. Wow, down a man to win the game. Alisson had an out-of-this-world save to keep the game at 1-0. Just unbelievable by Liverpool, Harvard champion. This is a trend-setting game. This will give him momentum as they move throughout the season. He has not started the game yet, Nunez. However, this will hopefully get some starts. He's got to be competitive. He's got to want the fire, and he showed at the Klopp. This was a really, really good sign. Liverpool need him, especially if they potentially sell Mo Salah, which I don't think will happen. He will come in to fill the shoes. Here's your Premier League top scorers, a bunch of people with 3. Your assist leaders, a bunch of people with 2. Your combined goals plus assists, a bunch of people with 3. So no one's really broken out yet. No one's had a multiple assist game that, like a hat-trick of assists, hat-trick of goals to really get out there. Here are your transfers, We really talked about Eternity leaving Arsenal. They're the big one. If you're an American fan, Djordje Petrovic is leaving New England Revolution to go to Chelsea as the backup goalie. Big fee for New England. Good for them. They'll be able to buy people with that across the board. Other than that, no real things have happened. But again, the transfer window is done in 6 days. So we'll see how things shake out. What is coming up for England this midweek is the Carabao Cup is back. If you don't know what the Carabao Cup is, it's an inter-season competition, just like the FA Cup. But this one only is for Premier League, Championship, League One, League Two. So the top 4 teams play in a knockout tournament to see who's the best team in what they call the leagues. National League was where Wrexham was. They won promotion, so now they're up in League Two, just FYI. Here's the EFL Cup. Some teams have already played, so this is I think the second or third round. You can see your teams at. These games are all happening Wednesday, with a couple happening on Thursday. And here's the ones happening on Thursday. So no crazy big teams are playing each other yet. There you go. You got Wrexham playing Bradford, But it doesn't look like I see any EPL teams playing EPL. Never mind. Fulham Tottenham will be a good game right there. EPL. Germany. Here's your standings. Berlin and Munich are basically tied with 6 points and 6 goal differential. Dortmund's in 6 with 4 points. Down at the bottom, Werder Bremen with no points. A couple teams have no points. So plenty to play for still early on. Leipzig lost last week. Got back on the track with a 5-1 win. Dortmund tied 1-1. Munich 3-1 win. It was a good team win by Dortmund. Kane got his first goals at home in the Munich Stadium, the Allianz Arena. Fans were loving it. Wasn't just 1 goal. He got 2 goals. First goal was a penalty, very well taken. Second goal was a hard shot, low. Nice little goal by Kane. He's going to get 30, 40 goals this season. If you play fantasy Bundesliga, you're about to get rich. And again, Dortmund has not really started out hot quite yet. 1-1. They need to really pick up their form if they want to be title challengers again. Here are the transfers. Nothing crazy has happened quite yet on the title side, transfer side. Okay, let's keep going. Italia. Milan is in the lead with Christian Pulisic, Captain America, by goal differential. They have 5. Then you have Napoli, Hellas Verona, Fiorentina is rounding out the top 4. Juve right there, Inter is right there, and then at the bottom you got Sassuolo with no points. A couple teams got no points. It's great to see Pogba was back playing. He's only 30 and he wants to keep playing, giving these trophies. He's kind of fell off the radar the past couple of seasons because of all his injuries, but hopefully he can stay healthy. What he said was, "I miss playing. I feel very well physically. I want to get back on top. I'm hungry. I'm ready to go." He was disappointed that they only tied their game. We'll talk about in a second. He thinks that they could have got that W. Another potential transfer to Italy. There were a bunch of rumors that Lukaku was going to go to Juve. This is now called off. It's not happening. Juve fans do not want this, and we talked about this in the previous football roundup. Roma potentially is now where he's going. He'll be aligned with Jose Mourinho. Roma needs a striker right now. They haven't scored a lot of goals to start the season, so this might be a good fit. Dude just needs to find a home. Too much talent. Here are the scores from the weekend. You can see Juve tied 1-1. Inter haven't played yet. Roma lost 2-1. And AC Milan, big win, got their W 4-1. So here you can see Roma. They got the ball up top of Belotti, but not scoring. Jose Mourinho talked about he needs reinforcements. He talked about this a bunch. However, you can see that he's not the coach right now, Bruno, because of his laughing at his Italian leadership. He's suspended the first 3 games of the season. Roma's form hasn't been good. We can look here. Yesterday they lost. They tied the first game of the season. They won a preseason game. They lost a preseason against Toulouse in France, and then they won one. So it's been very mixed bags. And again, preseason is not a good indicator. Milan, great to see Pulisic open the scoring the 33rd minute to make it 1-0. Torino got a goal back, make it 1-1, and then Giroud won the penalty. He scored 2 penalties, which is great. Poacher, go get it. Him and Giroud and Pulisic are having great partnership. Lau's playing great up there. He didn't get his goal here, but these front 3 look menacing. Look out Italian football. Look out Champions League football. They are going to be a menace. Napoli won 2-0. Osman got his goal. He's on fire right where he left off. Be looking out for them as well. He's the top scorer in the league right now, tied with Giroud with 3 assists. Di Lorenzo's got 2. Bondo's got 2. Again, they've only played 2 games, not 3. And Giroud's winning with goals and assists with 4. Here are the transfers. The big one is Alexis Sanchez is coming from Marseille back to Serie A, where he's played before. It's a free transfer, so they basically let him out of his contract, or his contract was up and he's able to move. So good to see Alexis Sanchez be moving forward, and we're going to preview it in a little bit. Here's France. Monaco's in first with 7. Marseille is right there with 7 as well. Then a bunch of teams with 6. You see PSG with 5 points to start the season. Here are your scores from the week. You have PSG winning 3-1. Marseille won 2-0. 1 second. Drink of water. PSG won 3-1. Mbappe got 2 goals. Great to see. Back in form after all the offseason drama. He's a good player every game. Dembele is in there for them as well, so good to see that. You have Mbappe on one wing and Dembele on the other wing. Woo! Woo! Good luck with Asensio in the middle. That is a trio. That's going to give you a lot of goals. Now the question is, can they defend in Champions League against the good teams? Here's your French League's top scorer, Ben Yedder with Monaco. A bunch of people are tied with 2 assists. And Takumi Minamino has 5 goals and assists. He came over from Liverpool. Great to see. He didn't get his fair shake at Liverpool, a lot of playing time. He's killing in the French League right now. Here are the transfers. So again, we talked about the big one coming out of France is Alexis Sanchez. You can see here all the teams he's played for: Marseille, Inter, Man U, Arsenal, Barcelona. So he's been well traveled, great player, Chilean international, still on his best foot. Teams want him. Okay, we're getting towards the end, close. We got Saudi Arabia. Al Ittihad is winning with 9 points. Al Hilal with 9. Al Hilal with 7. And then Ronaldo's team, Al Nassr, have 3 points. They got their first W, which we'll touch on in a second. One thing to make note of, never been an issue before, the Saudi Pro League transfer window closing dates, not fair. Premier League transfer date September 1st. Saudi League is September 20th. So if someone were to be bought technically by the Saudi League, sold by the EPL, they couldn't replace them until the mid-season transfer window. Never been an issue, but now that Saudi's buying all these players and all this money, something that needs to be fixed. Apparently, there's big news that Saudi wants to make a push for Mohamed Salah. Right now, he's getting paid $350 a week, pounds. Saudi Arabia will pay him £350,000 a day to come over. But right now, Liverpool don't want to send him off. Maybe next season. Here are results from the weekend. Al Ittihad 4-0. Al Hilal 4-0 as well. And Al Nassr got the 5-0 win. So Benzema got his first goal. Fans were cheering. They love to see it. There was some drama in the week about him playing, not playing, fighting with Coach Santo. So good to see him in there and get the leading the lines, get the goal. Al Hilal, Neymar hasn't played officially yet. Good for them to get this W. Mitrovic just came over from Fulham. Big signing. Got his goal as well. And Al Nassr, Mane 2 goals, Ronaldo 3 goals. When you pay all that money, that's what you expect. Trio, they should do this a bunch in this league. Goals on goals on goals. USA, Canada, Mexico. Here's the Eastern Conference. Inter Miami is not in last anymore because they got the win over New York Red Bulls. Messi got his first goal, a debut in MLS. 21 points now. The magic number is probably 42 to try to make that 9th spot for playoffs. They have to win basically 9 of the last 11 games in the Eastern Conference to get there. They haven't lost a game with Messi. They're riding good momentum. So who knows? Miracles, baby. And here's your Western Conference. So if we're looking at playoff standings, 32 is there. You got a bunch of teams within 2 or 3 games. Same for Eastern Conference. 32, a bunch of teams within like 3 games. So it will be very competitive towards the very end. Here's forward looking. Here are the games happening midweek. Miami is playing Nashville again. Obviously, they just played in the Leagues Cup final. We'll see how this one goes in the MLS. The games yesterday, so what happened over the week. Again, we talked about Miami winning. Nashville lost to Atlanta United 4-0. So still reeling from that Leagues Cup defeat. How can they overcome it? Charlotte with the big win over LAFC. And Galaxy get that 3-0 win. Try to get off the loss of West Coast. Top scorer in MLS is Mukotar with 13 goals, Almada with 12 goals, and Almada with 21 goals plus assists. The Argentinian phenom playing for Atlanta United. Any big trades? We already talked about Petrovic moving from New England, and then you see there Harvey Neville is going out into Miami. Yes, you recognize his name. His dad is Gary Neville, the former head coach, so probably going away from it at this point, get out of the system. We talked about Messi scored his first goal in the MLS. We have a whole deep dive video. Go check it out in the bio. And, of course, Messi. Lastly, forward-looking, UEFA Champions League, and then we're done. The Champions League draw is this Thursday, August 31st. This is where we do the group stage. These are the teams currently already in the group stage based off of qualifying for last season. The teams on the bottom are in the playoffs. You play at home and away. Winner, aggregate, moves on to the group stage and where they do the draw. So this is how the game ones happen for the draw. I used to live in Copenhagen, so I'm always invested in them. Good to see them getting a 1-0 win. Galatasaray, 3-2 win. Made some investments this offseason. Nothing else crazy, big result. All are super close, so it should be a fun game too. Same type of thing for Europa Conference League. You have all these teams in the group stage. Then you have the playoffs, the people playing to try to get into the group stage. And then third qualifying round is right here. Here are your day 1 playoffs. Here are your week 1 playoffs, leg 1. Again, nothing is more than basically 2 goals besides Ajax with the 4-1 win. So Ajax should be able to cruise in their second game. The group stage draw will be Friday, while Champions League is Thursday. And then Europa Conference League is on Friday as well. Here are your playoffs for Conference League to get in there. A big win for Nordsjælland, 5-0. Tel Aviv won 4-1. More games. There's a lot of teams that go in the Conference League. And then one more as well. So Aston Villa 5-0 win. They should be able to see it out into the next round as well. That is your football roundup recap for August 27th. Told you it was a long one. These are going to get longer and longer as the season goes on. So much is happening. Comment your thoughts, and of course subscribe here to Randy Silver TV with Football Roundup, so we'll be able to give you all the highlights, updates, match, and everything in between. Thank you so much for watching. Until midweek, out.